We're live.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night in the field with Gregg and Silvia. We welcome each and every one of you. We are back in Florida, aren't we?
We are back.
We are back in Florida, and so we are here. We're excited. We can't wait to talk to all of you guys tonight with some of the things that James has been coming forward with. So, hey, Lem, you are the first one on. Welcome. Hope everything is well. Hey, Van. I know it's getting cold. Lem, go ahead and answer. What was your temperature yesterday and today? How about you, Van? It was 17 degrees yesterday morning.
Rob, the man is on.
The man. That is awesome. I don't know how we don't fit anymore.
We might be too close, but
Are
it's
we
okay.
too close?
It's okay.
Hey, Jeanette, how are you? Hope all is well with you.
Guys, put on where you're coming in from so we can see where you're coming in from.
Yes.
It's always fun to know where people are watching from. You know, we've had them from Australia and Canada and all over the place. It's just pretty cool to see the LifeWise family expanding all over the globe.
Absolutely. There's hope brokers everywhere, aren't there?
Yeah,
People out there that want to go ahead and share hope with each and every person that they come in contact with, whether it be financial, health, through our leadership program, you know, which encompasses everything right there. So yes, we are, each and every one of us are hope brokers.
So we're going to get started in about another 30 seconds. We got on about a minute late. We had a lot of paperwork that we wanted to put in front of us to go over, how to build this business and have fun doing it, and no stress, no big money involved. Just enjoy the ride, because it's a fun ride. When you start seeing, I'll talk 2 seconds before we kick this whole thing off, but we've had people hit all the ranks this past week. So the bonus checks are going out now on a weekly basis to a bunch of people. So you can see the fruits of the labor is working. People are sharing the product, and you see we had, Rob talked about, we had a record month. Obviously Restore was back, which was huge, but people are really, the products are just changing people's lives dramatically. And when that happens, only good things are going to happen, and that's going to grow your business. Yeah. So, coming up, we got the holidays coming up. We're going to go into a silver run. So we've had, like I said, we had Josh qualify for the gold cruise, and we had Becca qualify for the bronze and silver pool. We had Brian Smith silver pool. Bronze pool, yep. Jim Pond, bronze pool, and there's more. We don't have them all in front of us, but every week it's just growing and growing and growing. And that's the neat thing about LifeWise, is that we're not going to have that rocket ship take off and go 20,000 feet and then collapse.
Yep, we're doing slow and steady,
slow
guys.
And steady, and you got to bear with everything that's going on, because Rob's got this thing set up perfectly now, and we're in a perfect position to win. And we're only going to get bigger and bigger day by day, month by month. And
I really think that people are understanding the compensation plan that Rob and the team has come forward with, guys. And don't complicate it, because it really is not complicated. It's not like some of the other comp plans that are out in this industry, and it has been created for each and every one of you to win without having to invest $2,000. Like, you can be eligible for each and every one of these pools that we're going to talk about tonight with just what, hon?
Well, $35 to start. How incredible is that? No enrollment fee, no fees for anything. Right now you should be putting in people left and right that just maybe will say to you, hey, I want to be involved, but I don't have the time right now, maybe after the holidays. Well, let's get signed up right now, and we'll get you going right after the holidays. But the holiday time is the best time, because you're always meeting people, you're at parties, you're obviously out shopping if you're not online shopping, and you run into a lot of people. And guess what? Those bills pile up from Thanksgiving to New Year's. Why? People shop on their credit cards. They go out to dinner on credit cards. Everything they do is on credit cards. And then come end of January and February, what happens? Those credit bills come in and they go, wow, I didn't realize I spent that much. And they're all looking for ways to supplement that. So to me, to supplement any income is a residual type income that you want to build over time. Because I can tell you this, over the 25, 30 plus years that I've been an entrepreneur and I've cashed out on every single business that I've been in, you sell a car, you get paid once. You sell $100,000 worth of windows, you get paid once. They don't pay me every time a hurricane hits those windows. Be nice, but they don't. They don't pay me every time somebody trades a car in somewhere else. But be nice, but it doesn't happen. They don't pay me when they make their payment to General Motors. I don't get a piece of that. This industry 20 plus years ago, when we built that team of 100,000 people, changed my whole philosophy on the industry. I didn't understand it. I knew it was good. I just wasn't convinced it was good. And when I saw what residual income does, and I saw helping people get what they want, allowed me to get what I want, which was freedom to be with my 4 sons and my wife, and still have money coming in, that's what you got to look for. And I always tell people, don't look for that business opportunity that you think is going to make you a lot of money in 6 months to a year or 2 years. Because every long-lasting business takes years of building that solid foundation. Years, not days, not weeks, not months. And when the new shiny object comes along, you don't run to that one. Because that's the thing that people do. They think, oh, I'll go to the next one because you don't have to spend any money and they'll pay you. Ding, ding. That's illegal. Okay, that can't happen. Those things will always falter down the line. So what we're going to teach you tonight is we're going to go forward with what Rob was teaching on Monday night. We broke it all down into some great numbers for you so you can really understand building this over time with the 222, right, hon?
Yep, absolutely, guys. And so what we are showing you, we want you to understand that this is what a real business even looks like, even if it's a brick and mortar business. And I am so sorry. I wish you could only see our sweet dog, and Rob and Ronnie know this.
Brought her dish. Maybe she's hungry. I don't know.
Yeah. So she just literally walked into the room carrying her dish, and I knew if she dropped it, it was going to be loud. So we apologize. So that's Miley, and maybe one of these times we will show you a picture of sweet Miley. But guys, this is what we're showing you, is that this is an actual real business, and this is what a real business looks like. And we want to remind each and every one on the call, the new people and people that might not have gotten this message, you have got to get into mylifewise.biz. It is an incredible manual that our own James DeFore has created, and it's our Fast Start manual. And this is going to show you what your real business looks like. What I absolutely love, though, is that this has been created as a universal training tool. And each and every week, James is adding something new, and we're going to be teaching on something tonight, and there's going to be more exciting things coming this week. But one of the things I do want you to understand how the corporate team here at LifeWise so desperately wants each and every one of you to win is this manual was created for you by corporate. And I know that there's other businesses that don't actually do this. Leaders in each of the teams, they do it for their own particular team. But this is coming to you from corporate, which makes us, I think, so different. And one of the things that was difficult in some of the other businesses too is that you end up having, let's say, orphans in the business, and they have no team, they have no support, they don't have any access to the tools that are necessary. And so corporate at LifeWise has created this for each and every one of you. So again, go to mylifewise.biz, get in there, dig in, start learning and teaching yourself everything that's on here. We printed it, and I've got binders and the whole thing. So we absolutely love it. So get into mylifewise.biz.
Every business has to have a game plan. Nobody just throws down money and hopes the business works. There's always a game plan, whether it's in professional sports or whether you're a doctor. Can you imagine going in for open heart surgery and the doctor doesn't look at any x-rays or what he's going to do or anything in that arena that's going to help him make the procedure work, whether it's a retail store or a wholesale department or whatever it is. If you're manufacturing something, there's a game plan building that product. So life-wise, at the corporate level, that's what we're doing on a daily business, is incorporating all these game plans so you guys can go out there and be successful. And when I say you guys, we're included. We go out and build. Rob goes out and builds. Tracy goes out and builds. James, we all do. The whole corporate team. Chris, we all are talking to people on a daily business. And we just had a call this past week, the corporate level, saying the same thing, that, you know what, we're no different. We have to continue to go out, talk to people, sample the product, follow up. Why? We're building a legacy company for us just as much as we're building it for you guys at the same time.
But you know what I love is that we on the corporate team are not saying do as I say. We're actually out there doing what you have to do to create a business for our families, just like you do. So we know what it's like, everybody, to be in the field and do all this. So we truly in our hearts want to be an example. So it's not do as I say, it's do as I do. So that makes us so excited to be doing this alongside with each and every one of you. Go ahead, hon.
All right, so let's get started with the 222 program, because it's very simple. And I'm going to break down some numbers, which is going to blow your minds, because you're going to see what will happen. So when people get on our Thursday night, these are the people that will either watch the replay or catch it live, if they can catch it live. But these are the people that are interested in building a business. These are not people that are just out to get a couple customers and make a few bucks because they love our products. That's awesome. We love customers, and we're probably 10-to-1 customer ratio, which is awesome. But there are entrepreneurs out there that are looking for opportunities like ours, that pay out like ours, and aren't looking to get that all done in the first 2 or 3 months. They're looking to build a legacy business for their own family. So the first thing we talk about is conversation with 2 people per day. I mean, it's real simple. These conversations can be in person, over the phone, through social media, whichever avenue you choose. You just got to have 2 a day, somehow, some way, to push your business forward. We don't want to stay stagnant. We obviously don't want to go backwards, but that's part of the 222, is to have 2 conversations. And how you do it, whether it's through a text, through social media, through a personal conversation, or bumping into somebody at the grocery store in line that you don't even know, that counts as a conversation, which is great. Then we talked about sharing products with 2 people. Here's the deal. There's everybody outside my front door has got some issue. And we know whether it's brain fog. Right now I got brain frog. I got brain fog on my mind. Whether it's sleep issues, whether it's, inflammation. My goodness, we were in the mountains for 3 weeks. And guess what? I got a lot of aches and pains right now because it's not flat like Florida. And so guess what? Restore was a blessing the whole time there. And when you go and even do a workout, we've talked to people that go to the gym, work out for an hour or 2 in the morning, and they take the Restore when they get home, and the recovery is insane, okay? So we're just talking about our products. How about the One? The reviews on the One are just insane, okay? A product that has everything you could possibly want in it for $78 is just insane. So we got to share the product with 2 people. Twice a day, we got to share it somehow, some way. Again, whether it's verbally and then getting them the samples, or whether it's a text and mailing them the samples, you got to get them to people. You got to get them to use the products to understand how powerful they are. And then you got to follow up with those people. Now, follow up is different for everybody, okay? I know some people that will hand out, including myself, if I hand out sleep to somebody and I say, if you're not going to use it, give it right back to me. I don't want to give dollar bills away and somebody's not going to use the dollar bill for a good reason. Same thing as my sleep product or any product I give them. I just basically tell them, use it tonight, and if you forget, I'm going to call you tomorrow to remind you with a little text, hey, how was that sleep? Did you enjoy the product? If they say, oh my goodness, I forgot to take the strip last night, I said, I'm going to text you again the following day to make sure, I'm going to text you that evening, make sure you take that sleep, because I am going to find out whether it worked for you on the first strip or the second strip. And when they tell me on that follow-up that product was insane, they never slept anything near that in their life, then I look at I either look at them or call them or I send them a text and I said, are you ready to join hands and let's build this business together? Do you think you know some people that need sleep? Do you need some people that need some products in general for pain? How about brain? How about kids that can't focus in the classroom because they're taking all these energy drinks and other stuff? So that follow-up is crucial within 48 to 72 hours. Now, you may catch somebody that might be a week outside. That's okay. We're not pushing them away whatsoever. But if you never follow up, you're never going to get your answer. And you might get that person that said, hey, I love the product, but the timing's not right now. Hey, timing's not right for a lot of people right now. You know why? Because they're working more hours, making less to pay for all these inflated products right now. So again, timing. So you put them in that calendar and you say, you know, John, can I follow up with you in 2 or 3 weeks? Would that be better? And if he says to you, listen, because that's key, is listening, call me after the holidays when all the craziness is gone. I might be interested then. That's a note that goes into your book. And you guess when you follow up, just when he asked you. And then you might say to him, John, you know what? Let's go get a cup of coffee. Let me show you the plan. It's going to take me maybe 10 minutes to show you what we can possibly build together. These are things that you have to do in the follow-up. It's just not, hey, did you have a great sleep? Yeah, I did. It was really good. You want to join me? You sound like a salesperson, and we are not salespeople. We are servant leaders that want to bring people to LifeWise, that want to join a family that's building something special over the next 5 to 10 years. Not in 5 to 10 days or 5 to 10 weeks. If we wanted to do that, we all would have signed up with another company, or we probably have in the past, and we would have paid $2,000, and we would have put all our friends or family in at $2,000, and then quit in 2 months. Why? Because we were embarrassed that we took $2,000 out of their pocket, and it's not working because they got overloaded with product and they made a few $100. We're just not like that. And everybody knows it's on this call. We can get you 7 levels of income for $35. We can get you in-depth income if you want to be a builder and do the builder kit and get paid really strong money right out of the gate.
Yeah.
That's your option. That's the fun thing about us is we can do all that. So that's the daily task of the 222, and it's just so important to stay on this course. You want to go in, honey?
Well, and one of the things too with the 222, and as you're building your team of 4 and teaching them how to build a team of 4 as well, it's you know, we're creating a viable plan for you. So you may not necessarily yourself, if you are, what I'm just going to say is you're an incredible rock star, but you won't get 4,000 people yourself. But guess what? Through the system that was created for you between the 222 and your Get 4, your team can. It's all about the team. So just imagine if you have 4 or 5 people on your team doing this, and that's all. We've talked about it over and over. Leveraging.
Yeah, I'm looking for 3 superstars, entrepreneurs that think like me. And I know we talk about a power of 4, but you may go through 20 people to get those 3. And when you get those 3, what do? We lock arms and we build that business with those 3 people, and we go deep into their business.
Yep.
Because we want to get those 3 to find their 3, and so on and so forth. The power of 4 is just a duplicatable chart that we show you numbers that what if that really happened? But what would be the big deal if half of that happened? Could you use an extra $8,000 a month, an extra $16,000 a month? So the power of 4 became the power of 2. Nobody's going to complain when there's $20, $30, or $40, or $50,000 residual coming in because they only went on the power of 2, not 4. And guess what? Those numbers we talk about are with 1 product, not 2, 3, 4, or 5 products. And with the new product coming out, it's going to change the landscape again on how much money you can make. So the bottom line is that this 222 program is built over time. And here's the numbers I'm going to share with you that are going to kind of blow your mind when you see what happens, you know, over a 1 week, a 4 week, a 12 week, and then we're going to go into a couple of years to really show you the depth. So James was great to put these numbers together, and this is what's amazing when I looked at them. So if you have 2 conversations per day for 7 days, that's 14 conversations. We have 2 shares per day. Again, that's 14. And then we do 14 follow-ups. That's week 1. Okay. Now, go into the 4th week. After the 4th week, you've had 56 conversations, which is insane. Your product and opportunity share, you had 56 samples out there. Now, we talked about the industry is a, 20% retention, or 20% of the people stay in the business. 2 out of every 10 stay in. So we're in 4 weeks, we're at 56 conversations, 56 samples out there, and 56 follow-ups. So if you got 2 out of every 10, we'll just break it. We'll say 60 to round it off. Okay. That's 12 people. Okay. 12 people that would have either joined or become customers in a 4-week span. That's huge. That's using 2 out of 10 numbers. You might get 50% of these people just because of the product.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go move down to 12 weeks, 3 months down the line, and you continue to do this. 168 conversations. I don't think anybody's going to have to, go to bed after 168 conversations because their mouth's exhausted. This is over 3 months. We've talked about to 168, 2 conversations per day. How about shares? You've had 168 samples out in the market. Okay, we go to a farmer's market here in West Palm Beach on Saturdays, where they're standing out there giving samples out all day, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Why? They want you to taste their product.
Yep.
Okay, you're going to have 168 samples out there in a 3-month span, and 168 follow-ups. Okay, so look at those numbers. Now, in 3 months, if you've truly sampled in your heart of hearts and talked to 168 people and put 168 samples out, how many people do you think would be buying product in 3 months from you? The numbers are pretty darn good. I mean, I'll use 10%, which is not 20%, and that's what, 16? So if we use 20%, that's 32 new people that would have come in your business that we teach them to do the same thing. That's pretty insane numbers. Let's talk about 1 year. You guys want to get blown away in 1 year? This company's not even close to 1 year old. But listen to this. In 1 year, you would have had 730 conversations. Now, I know a lot of you can talk to way more than 2 people, so we're talking 2 here. 730 samples, 730 follow-ups. Again, 10% would be around 70 people. We're talking about putting 4 people in, the power of 4, and helping them get 4. So can you imagine if we went to a 10% level at the end of a year and you actually put in 70 people? And out of that 70, if only 10% were builders and the rest were customers, you'd have 7 builders that we could duplicate this with. Guys,
that's $1 million business.
Yeah, that's $1 million business. And here's the reason we're harping on it, is because we've done it. Rob's done it. Tracy's done it. This is not something that we've just made up over the last 8 months. This is stuff that's been going on for 25 and 30 years. And if you want to be in that top echelon of money, you have to, talk to people. You have to talk to people. Now, this is 3 years out. I can wait for 3 years out because I'll be 3 years older, which I don't want to be. But maybe with a good product, I might get younger. I don't know.
Hey, Tracy.
But think about 3 years from now. You would have taught, I'm going to skip over 2 years because I want to go to 3 years. I'm excited. 2,190 people you would have talked to. That's 2 a day. Not 3, not 5, 2. Okay? You would have given out almost 2,200 samples. 3 years from now, if you're still giving out 2,200 samples, you're making a lot of money. A lot of money.
You've created a huge business.
You've created generational wealth in your business. Okay? Hands down, generational wealth. And of course, you had almost 2,200, 2,190 follow-ups. Guys, I don't have to put the math to this. It's real simple. If I had 10% of that 2,200, that's 220 people that came into my business. 220 people over 3 years. Most people will never put 40 or 50 in their business in their lifetime. We built a 100,000 team from 54 people. 100,000 people globally from 54 people. Why? We saw who was working the business and we went in depth because that was a binary back then. I got width this time. I could put 100 wide, and if I've got 10%, 10 people that are building businesses deep, I'm helping everybody in their depth. Okay, that's what we're building here. This is what's special. And then when you get to your 5-year anniversary, we're probably in the Bahamas celebrating in Atlantis. We're just looking back 5 years on our 5-year anniversary and going, where can anybody make this type of money sharing a product, talking to a couple people, and just watch their lives change generationally? Because you know what? It's neat. We knew people 20 years ago that their kids were little when they started the business, and now they're all graduating college. And guess what? The parents are retired already, and the kids are seeing the work that the parents put in 20 years earlier. How neat is that? That those kids can go to big time colleges and parents can write checks to go there. They don't have to worry about getting student loans and being $100,000 in debt. That's what this type of business does. So I'm going to give you the last numbers here because they're frightening, but they're so awesome. 5 years. I just hope when I get on these calls 5 years ago, I see the same names and I see people say, I remember when Gregg talked about these numbers 5 years ago. You know, so 5 years in, you've got 3,650 conversations, 3,650 shared samples, and 3,650 follow-ups. I don't have to play these numbers with you. You know, if you're at the 2 out of every 10, you got 700 personals. That's insane. That's insane. So with that being said, the 222 program is built for success. It is not built to sit there and make up stories. It is built for success. And if you put your mind to it and do it on a daily basis, they can be strangers. They can be people walking down the street. It can be your family. It can be people in college. It can be coworkers. But as long as you're talking to somebody, you're doing the progress. And the progress will pay. When you plant those seeds, what's going to happen? Eventually, some of those are going to grow and they're going to be part of your business. And some of them will never come out of the ground. Some will never sprout. Because guess what? 8 out of 10 won't. That's just the hard facts of the industry. But we're kind of defying the industry. How many companies you know that don't have any returns? How many companies you know that have like a 90% retention? How many companies do you know that can put you in business to make 6 or 7 figure incomes? And I don't even care about 6 or 7 figures. How about an extra $1,000 a month for $35 one product buy-in? And guess what? You've got a business that's just incredible. So
there's pools. We'll get into that next week. And again, that's part of the compensation plan that has been created for you to absolutely succeed. And one of the things too is LifeWise is not asking you to invest $2,000 to even be able to taste, be eligible for those pools. That's not what it's like here. You are eligible for those pools just with the minimum of $35, everyone. Yeah. We have set you up for success. Every single person, anyone where they are at any level of their lives. And I don't know any other companies that do that. I really don't. So we've created something, a business plan, everyone, that's achievable. The products are incredible and they speak for themselves. And we are getting ourselves healthy from the inside out. Our lead program is absolutely incredible because we want to set each and every one of you up, mind, body, and spirit, to live a life that God has intended for you. And then the compensation plan is what has been created for you to gain financial independence and freedom that is much needed right now. I know for myself, I did not come from any sort of money. I do not have an inheritance or anything coming. I didn't have anyone, with a silver platter saying, here, start a business or whatever it is. network marketing was the difference maker for me in my life, and it can do the same thing for you with no risk, and you get healthy.
Yeah, let me say one thing too before we close for the night. Most companies out there right now are cutting their pay plans.
Yep.
They're not enhancing them. All we've done is enhance the pay plan every single time there's a dollar available. Why? It's called profit sharing. You guys are getting all the money. The corporate team is getting none of it. Nobody's getting fat. Nobody's getting airplanes. Nobody's getting Ferraris. Okay, the money is going into the field, and in long term, that's where the success of LifeWise will change the industry, because we have just heard from so many people over the last 6, 7, 8 months, and some of them are still with us, and some of them aren't. That's just the nature of the industry. But they've said, "Oh my gosh, the company I've been with for 7 years." They've changed the parameters and I can't make this money anymore. So people are jumping ship left and right. Oh, I was with this company and they promised that if I just sign up, I don't have to buy anything and I'm going to make $2,000 a month. Come on, folks. I didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday, and I can tell you that. If they tell you that, run, okay? There is no company out there that can pay you any type of commissions unless there is a product sold in the business, okay? And that includes customer side and partner side. But what I'm trying to say is that I keep on hearing, it doesn't matter what company, if they've been around 30 years or the last year and a half or 5 years, everybody's complaining that they've built some sort of business, they got some sort of income, and then they pulled it from underneath them. Okay, or they changed the product, and the product now is terrible because you know why? They had to reduce the cost of the product, and who gets that beating? We do, the consumer. So again, that corporate team with the big offices and big buildings, that's where all that money goes to. If we wanted to do $2,000 packs and put you in a gold global pool, you'd never see, most of you would never see that. Why? Because people spend $2,000 in 6 months, they quit. They never got to gold. So who got the money? Corporate got the money. Here, you can get a gold pool just because you want a builder kit, not because we want your money to build new buildings and fly around the country. You're getting product and you're getting flip charts and you're getting a true builder's kit. But here's the neat thing. That $35 guy that comes in, he can build the same income you can build.
Yep.
And he can upgrade anytime he wants to get all 3 pools. Yep. And if you're lucky enough to be a founder, you get double gold pools. So show me that in the industry. So when people post all over other companies, post the truth. I get tired of watching people post fake it till you make it. They got their fancy purses and they got their fancy cars. I'm sorry, it doesn't do anything for me. You know what does it for me? When the ownership tells the truth. The ownership has faith in God. They don't ride the faith and lie about it. They actually walk the walk. Okay? And when you got guys like Rob on Monday night, locker room, telling you the way it is, and we've all seen Rob come to tears, that's from the heart. You watch Tracy pour out his heart doing these products. You watch Chris Clem on Wiser Wednesday. I mean, come on. That's insane, in the lead program on top of it. And here we are. We're just telling you, we are in it for the long haul. I don't care what shiny object is put in front of me. It doesn't matter to me. I know from our heart of hearts, and my wife will tell you, there's nothing better out there. You just need to be patient and work the 2-2-2 plan, and guess what'll happen? You'll come back 2, 3, 4, and 5 years from now and say, man, I was close to quitting. I wasn't close to stop getting the products, but I was close to stop talking to people because I got too many no's. If you get 20 no's, there's going to be a yes around the corner. If you get 100 no's, there's going to be a yes around the corner. I'm just telling you, because that's how it works. That's just how it works. In the business world, if you're a salesman and you work at a car dealership, you work in any sales position on the planet, you look forward to no's, because you know if you keep on doing it, there's yeses out there. Because if everybody said yes, then everybody would be a salesman. Everybody would want to be a salesman. because most salesmen don't have a cap to their income. So I'm just telling you, I don't care if you're in West Virginia, you're in Montana, you're in California, you're in South Florida. There's somebody in your neck of the woods looking for LifeWise. They just haven't found it yet.
And they may not have heard it from you yet.
Right. So, guys, it's a pleasure again on Thursday to be talking to you. Please get these videos out to people. They have to understand the power of building this over 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 years. Okay? And if you want to build a couple $1,000, if you got these builders out there that want to make a couple $1,000 or $3,000 and jump the ranks in 1 week, we put that builder kit out there for a reason, for the builder only. That's not to put pressure on anybody to buy that. The day that you go gold, if you want to buy that kit, so you get the gold pool, that's when you buy it, okay? There's no pressure to buy it today or tomorrow. But if I bring in an entrepreneur, I'm gonna sit down with him and explain why that person should be buying that kit. Because if he's gonna go invest in a franchise for $250,000, and he's going to have to wait a long time to get his money back and hope that franchise works, I'd rather spend $695, because if it didn't work, my life would still move on. $250,000 in debt, it's tough to swallow.
Yep. All right, guys, and make sure you download this Fast Start manual. You need it. All right?
MyLifeWise.biz.
MyLifeWise.biz.
Everything's in there.
And
the audios are in there. Everything's in there. So you send that to a prospect, get him excited.
All right, guys.
Love
Happy
ya.
Thursday.
See you guys.
Bye.